Hello everyone, my name is Kang. I am a professor at Joseon Nursing College. The topic of my presentation today is factors affecting learning satisfaction on nursing college students who participated in non-face-to-face online classes. Okay, so let's start with content. I have divided my presentation into the following main areas: introduction, methods, results, and conclusion. First, I'm going to talk about introduction. The introduction consists of background and purpose. Let's look at the background. The coronavirus disease pandemic has not only impacted day-to-day life but also education. The Ministry of Education recommended a postponement of the first semester of the 2020 school year to prevent an outbreak of COVID-19 infections in universities and to protect students' right to study and to relieve anxiety. To prepare for the possibility of a prolonged COVID-19 pandemic, online and remote classes were introduced for the new semester. Many universities in Korea also started digital and online education across campuses and face-to-face education. This resulted in staff and students having to adapt to the rapid digitalization of both the curriculum as well as ways of teaching. Online learning (OL) can be termed as a tool that makes the teaching learning process more student-centered, more innovative, and even more flexible. OL also promotes deeper levels of learning. The advantages of OL classes include time, accessibility, convenience, being able to revisit study material, and the variety of approaches. The disadvantages of OL classes are that questions are not immediately answered, interaction with professors can be difficult. Students may find it more difficult to concentrate and delayed feedback. Class satisfaction refers to the emotional and cognitive responses of students who participate in the classes. Class satisfaction has been recognized as a strong determinant to evaluate the effectiveness of online classes and is considered a representative variable to improve the academic performance of online classes. The acquisition of self-directed learning skills is a topic that draws attention not only in the face-to-face learning environment but also in the online learning environment. Remote learners with a high degree of self-directed learning skills are reported to have greater learning satisfaction. Self-directed learning ability refers to the ability of learners to establish and implement learning plans. On their one and two, evaluate the results systematically and take the initiative in managing the learning process to ensure successful learning outcomes. Flexibility is another interesting aspect of online learning and refers to learners' ability to schedule or plan their time in order to complete online courses. Self-directed learning habits are also reportedly formed during online classes. For successful online learning, learner immersion is important. In the case of learning immersion, it promotes a high level of concentration and the active participation of learners. So when learners experience immersion in the learning process itself becomes enjoyable and they experience satisfaction and fulfillment by actively participating in the classes. In traditional education, active interaction between professors and learners is essential for improving learning satisfaction and academic performance. The role of professors who lead, facilitate, and interact over the course of the online class, where contact opportunities between learning participants are limited, is pivotal. Learning about promotion and inspection communication, systematic execution of classes, and faithful content are factors that constitute teaching realism in online class environments and have been shown to have a positive impact on learners' class satisfaction. So far, online education has not been actively conducted for nursing college students, making it difficult to find studies related to learning satisfaction with online education. In a study of general college students' self-directed learning strategies and learning flow were identified as factors in learning satisfaction in online education. Class satisfaction also increased through interaction between professors and learners. In this study, we wanted to look at learning satisfaction factors, including self-directed learning strategies and flow of learners, as well as the teaching experience as faculty factors. Let's look at the purpose. First, this study evaluated the nursing college students' existing self-directed learning strategies, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction. Second, this study investigated the differences in nursing college students' self-directed learning strategies, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction as they relate to general characteristics. Third, this study examined the correlations between self-directed learning strategies, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction of nursing college students. Lastly, the study identified various factors influencing learning satisfaction in nursing college. Second, I'm going to look at the research methods. The research methods consists of study design, setting and sample, research tools, data collection, and data analysis. Let's look at the study design. This study was a cross-sectional descriptive survey that examined the correlations between nursing college students' self-directed learning strategies, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction. This study aimed to identify factors that influence learning satisfaction in this population. Next is the setting and samples. The participants of this were selected by convenient purposive sample of first grade students attending the Department of Nursing in GCT, Korea. Let's look at the tools. Self-directed learning strategies was measured using the tool modified by Zhou by referring to the tool by Li and Gu. This tool uses a 5-point Likert scale and includes 7 questions. Learning flow was measured using a tool modified by Yun, who audited questions about the common sense in control presented by Csikszentmihalyi, Hoffman, and Novak, and Kim and Byun. This tool uses a 5-point Likert scale and includes 5 questions. Teaching presence was measured using the developed by Go. This tool uses a 5-point Likert scale and includes 28 questions. Learning satisfaction was measured using the tool developed by Shin and Chen. This tool uses a 5-point Likert scale and includes 6 questions. Next is data collection. Data for this study were collected from May 5 to May 30, 2020. A self-report questionnaire created in Google Forms was used to collect the data. As a specific procedure, the researcher explained the research to each class representative and sent the address of the online survey linked to the participants using social network service. The questionnaire was structured so that the question could only be answered if the participants gave their informed consent after reading the purpose of the study. Assurance of the anonymity and confidentiality of the participants and the possibility of withdrawal from the research. It took approximately 10-15 minutes to complete the questionnaire. Next is data analysis. Data were analyzed using SPSS version 25. The general characteristics of the participants were presented in real numbers, percentages, means, and standard deviations. The differences between self-directed learning strategy, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction according to general characteristics were analyzed using independent t-tests. The level of self-directed learning strategy, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction were presented as means and standard deviations. The correlations between self-directed learning strategies, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction were analyzed through Pearson correlation coefficients to identify the factors that influenced learning satisfaction. A stepwise multiple regression analysis was conducted. Third, I'm going to look at the results. This is a table for the degree of self-directed learning strategy, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction. The average score of self-directed learning strategy was 4.08. The average score of learning flow was 3.58. The average score of teaching presence was 4.15, and the average score of learning satisfaction was 4.18. This is a table for the correlations between self-directed learning strategies, learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction. The self-directed learning strategy was positively correlated with learning flow, teaching presence, and learning satisfaction. Learning flow was correlated with teaching presence and learning satisfaction. Teaching presence was correlated with learning satisfaction. This is a table for the factors influencing learning satisfaction. In order to identify the factors influencing learning satisfaction, a stepwise multiple regression analysis was conducted using the significant variables from the correlation analysis. The factor influencing the learning satisfaction of nursing college students in this study was teaching presence, and the explanatory power was 74%. Finally, this is our conclusion. This study was conducted to identify the factors influencing the learning satisfaction of nursing college students who participated in non-phase 2-phase online classes. The factor influencing the learning satisfaction of nursing students in this study was teaching presence. Therefore, in order to improve the learning satisfaction of nursing college students in online classes, a variety of methods should be explored and applied to enhance teaching presence. In addition, a variety of methods should be developed to enhance learning flow and self-directed learning strategies of nursing college students in online classes. These are references. Okay, so far I talked about a study on factors affecting learning satisfaction of nursing college students who participated in non-face-to-face online classes. Thank you for listening. I'd be really happy to discuss anything with people who are interested in our research. Thank you so much.